think that's like the symptom of, the success that you have with your current album is, because people are fed up with what's happening in the industry.
Right.
And seeing the freedom that you obviously have, although you have major contracts and
right.
It seems like there has to be a change.
Yeah.
I don't think the audiences will be fooled anymore.
Right, right. Yeah. And I think if anyone is considering flirting or, signing with major labels, they have to, be literate, They can't just be dumb musicians, I mean, that seems to be from an era, in the past, and it seems really easy for people to be lazy and complain about being on a major label, but you know what you're getting into. And if you're smart enough, you can, you can just be stubborn and write your own contracts and, play the game the way you want to.
But who's the clever one when signing contracts?
Omar is.
Omar,
yeah, I follow his lead, he can explain it a little bit more to me, and then I can understand it a lot better,
So he's like the bigger brother.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It must be nice to have him
as
support him. What do you listen to yourself on the bus then?
I like Throbbing Gristle. I like old ZZ Top. And although I try to go buy some old ZZ Top on CD, and there's this thing in the 80s where a lot of the stuff got remastered and all of the drums didn't sound good anymore. They sounded like 80s stuff, like, like really bad. And so I had to go out and find the vinyl, which had the original sound to it. And like old ZZ Top is really good. It's really great. And our drummer really likes ZZ Top. And
well, they should come in. I'm sure that there's something will happen with ZZ Top when you're saying it.
Right.
Because they've been away for such.
You're right.
Yeah, something's going to.
I think they did some new record too, but I don't know if I like it as much as the older stuff. That's always the cliche, but it's.
No, but still, they've been away. They're such characters.
Yeah.
They're great fun. I mean, they're the most hideous videos ever.
Right.
That would be great. Well, you should go and check out. There's a shop, a second-hand shop with vinyl.
Oh.
And people don't know about ZZ Top Norway, so
right.
they have them all.
Yeah,
in
right.
That shop. They're not $1. It's not the best, and they're like $2.
Oh, right.
They're so cheap, aren't they?
That's the way to go.
Yeah, but it's really, and like, Phoenix, the French band.
Oh, never heard of
that used to be the backup band for Air.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I took them there, and they couldn't believe it.
Right.
Because, every country have their own things they're looking for.
Right.
So all the French stuff was there, all the things that they really cherish.
Right,
they were for nothing. They were just throwing them off. But do you have, like, common musical tastes in the band? Like, do you have, like, same references?
Here and there, I think, but everyone is so different with what they really like, I know our drummer is really into, like, a lot of black metal from around here.
Yeah.
So it's always varied. It's, and I'm glad it's varied. But it's always varied to the point where it's very left of center. It's not everyone has an overtly, well, our keyboard player has an overtly taste for pop, overt taste for pop music, but we, Omar and I listen to a lot of salsa, and I started listening to salsa music because of him, and he turned me on a couple movies. One is like the Fania All-Stars Live in Africa, which is repackaged now and called Celia Cruz Live in Africa. It's really Fania All-Stars Live in Africa. And another one called Nuestra Cosa. It's called Our Latin Thing. And that is, it's like an old 70s movie, and when you watch it, it's the same as Decline of Western Civilization or, Another State of Mind. It's a definite picture of a raw form of music before it became watered down in the 80s or the 90s, and I would watch those movies, and it's hand-me-downs from Omar's dad, and it influenced us to the point where we got Larry Harlow to come play on our record, and he's the main piano player in the movie, and so we've always wanted to start off as a salsa band. It's just hard to shake all the rock and roll away from you,
But will you end up like on your old days, like Buena Vista,
Yeah, who knows, Hopefully the better parts of Buena Vista. But, Tom Waits experiments with salsa music, but he doesn't overtly sing Spanish over it. So when he does his version, it comes off as this really rickety, you know, kind of scary sounding form of music rather than like what you think of salsa, like, you know, salsa dip and chips in a restaurant with guys with ruffled shirts serving you, you know what I mean? That's what people think of salsa, but there was a time and era when, you know, salsa music was pretty heavy and pretty subversive, you know, and pretty out there too, you know, and it's just a great alternative as far as dance music, you know. You don't have to realize on the house beat, you don't have to rely on the disco beat of what a lot of bands are doing now, you know. It's salsa music is very open, and it can make a lot of people dance, you know. And there's been times when Omar and I have gone to spin records, and we play, you know, a succession of salsa records, and not only do you get like young punk people dancing, but you get a lot of older people coming in, and it brings people together, you know. And it's just a different form of dance music other than funk or that kind of stuff, which we like as well. We love Betty Davis, and we love Electric Period, Miles Davis. But the strongest thing that inspires us is cinema. Werner Herzog, Luis Buñuel, Alejandro Jodorowsky. That's most of our records. We're trying to make them sound the way our favorite movies look. So that's what we want to do.
How do you get to see movies when you travel?
We usually bring them with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a multi-regional player.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, or we'll go take a chance at a theater somewhere and go watch something. You know.
What excites you nowadays? New film, new stuff.
We saw a movie when we were mixing the record called Gozu. It's a Japanese movie by Takashi Miike, or maybe it's backwards, Miki Takashi, and that was really cool. It's supposed to be a Yakuza horror movie with the Yakuza or the gangsters in Japan, but it's like a Lynch movie, you know. It's like Eraserhead, where there's these moments of just darkness, and it's 2 minutes, and it pries on your patience. But then when something happens, it really happens, and it stays with you for such a long time because it's so unnerving, and it just disturbs you. And I really like stuff like that. I love stuff that just shakes things by the foundation, you know.
But how do you do that when you write the music, when you try to create what you see on film, on album? Do you think you succeed in doing it?
Well, yeah, because a lot of people think that the parts that are between what they consider songs are in-between parts, but to us it's one long thing, and you need to have that ambience or whatever to suggest that there's a movement happening, that a character is doing something, you know, like what people consider the in-between parts are just, you know, they're just they're the up-front part of what a character is going through without having to have dialogue. You know, and that's our way of kind of making it into more kind of cinematic, you know. You could take our album and make a movie out of it if you wanted to, and we design it that way. And when I track vocals, Omar collects TVs, and he has a wall of TVs, almost like in The Man Who Fell from Earth, the David Bowie thing, and we just have different things playing all the time. When we made the album, we were playing Akira Kurosawa films, and like Yojimbo, and things like that, and we wanted the album to come across like a black and white noir film, but, you know, with rock music, you know, but it got more colorful as it went along, and then we kind of told that to Storm Thurgeson, who did the cover, and he kind of made it a little more colorful. And we only gave him 2 songs and an explanation behind it, so that we weren't going to give him the whole thing, because the whole record deals with the missing piece. You know, it deals with, you know, being abandoned, you know, being orphaned, and searching for your biological needs, and then realizing that in the end your family is the closest people around you, not necessarily the mom and dad that left you in the first place. And so you're constantly looking for this missing piece. So we gave Storm 2 songs only, and some pictures from a Max Ernst book, and we told him, you know, reference The Wicker Man, the movie, and put it in a blender, and there you go, you know, and plus this diary we had.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Hi, I'm Pat. Nice to meet you.
Hi. 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 This is Hi. Hi.
Hello, hello, how are you?
How was the food? For you guys, I mean, I said, you're punishing yourself. Is that is the whole band big?
No, just a couple of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Why?